Hey guys, today I'll be showing you how I apply my foundation from start to finish. Can you see how pale my face is compared to my neck? That's super real. Let's fix it. First, I'm going to moisturize my skin with CeraVe Lotion. This is great to wear in your makeup as it doesn't leave your face feeling super greasy. Now I'm applying Revlon's Miracle Blur. I don't particularly like this stuff at the moment, but I'm testing it out for a couple weeks so I can properly review it. Using a flat synthetic brush that desperately needs to be washed, I apply my concealer. I'm using MAC Select Cover Up in shade NC30. I use this to cover my redness as the yellow cancels it out, so I pretty much put it everywhere. And then I buff it out using a MAC 130 brush. For under my eyes, I'm using the same concealer but in shade NW20. The beige undertone will help cancel out any bluer tones that are around my eyes, and then I buff it out with the same brush. Water break. For my foundation, I'm using MAC Studio Fix in shade NC30 applied with a Real Technique brush. I switch up my brushes all the time, and this one just happens to be the brush that I'm using this week. I'm not applying this in any particular way. I just buff it into my skin and shove it as hard as I can into my pores. I also buff it into my hairline as much as I can because of how pale my scalp is. Aw, look who came to visit. Smooches for my booches. To add a brightening shade, I'm using Maybelline's Age Rewind in Light around my eyes, down my nose, and just a dash on my chin. And then I buff it out with a Beauty Blendy. Because this stuff is so lightweight, it doesn't cake up even though it's already on top of Studio Fix foundation. I love it. For the tops of my cheekbones, I'm using the Age Rewind in shade Brightener to add a bright pale pink. This step is kind of unnecessary, but I wanted to show you what both shades look like. Now I need to set everything. I'm going to use Ben Nye's Cameo Powder to set around my eyes. This is a super lightweight and finely milled setting powder that also helps to brighten the eye area. I do not recommend using a foundation powder around the eyes as it's too heavy and would settle between any fine lines that you might have. Unless you don't have any fine lines, which would make me wonder why you're even watching this video. To set the rest of my face, I'm using MAC's Mineralized Loose Powder in the shade Medium Plus with a super fluffy duo fiber brush so I get an ultra lightweight application. For my contour color, I'm using Sculpt by MAC and a fluffy angled brush. I used to get crazy with my contour, but I really believe that less is more. Using the same shade with a tapered blending brush, I contour up and down my nose for a little definition. For my forehead, I'm using MAC's Shadester and a fluffy angled brush to make me just look a dash more sun-kissed. And I accidentally put too much on my brush, so excuse me as I try to blend it out. For my blush, I typically use MAC's Cubic, but today I'll use my other favorite, shade number 28 from Inglot with a chisel blush brush from Crown. The Inglot blushes get a ton of product on your brush, so I'm super careful when applying it so I don't put too much on. For yet another under eye brightener, I'm using MAC's Accentuate Powder with a small blush brush from Bare Minerals and sweeping it on any areas that I want to highlight. I really love MAC's shaping powders, they're incredible. Now I'm going to mattify my T-zone with Hard Candy's Welcome Matte Powder and a dual fiber brush. If you use this powder, make sure you use a fluffy brush so you don't get too much of this product on your face. For my highlight, I'm using the Mary Luminizer from the Balm. As you can see, this product is super pigmented, so you need to use a fluffier brush like this to apply it. Well, I guess you don't need to, but I definitely recommend it. Look at that. Looks like I dipped my cheekbone in some bacon grease. Yes, girl. Yes. Then you could throw some on your Cupid's bow too. Why not, you know? Lastly, I spray my face with Fix Plus from MAC. It just makes my skin super glowy, and yes, I typically choke on it every time I use it. For my Lippy, I'm using MAC Cream Cup with no liner because I don't want to. Well, that, and I don't have one that matches right now. And then I gloss it up with Inglot Sleeks Cream in shade number 97. Okay, so my original plan was to take my hair down and have it fall and then look all sexy, but it didn't work, so whatever. Anyway, all done guys, my foundation routine. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, thank you so much for watching.